at this level, every fight's a big fight. So, and most important one's the next one. So I'm excited about this. Pat and I are good buddies. We know a lot about each other. So I mean, it should be a good, fun fight for everybody to watch.
When you say we're good buddies, Pat's been in fights before where he's been good buddies. I think Krokop took him out for dinner apparently before they fought.
Yeah.
How good, but surely you want to go in there and just wipe him out, frankly.
You know what? This is competition. It's work for us. It's everybody goes and has have a drink with their buddies after work and stuff. It's the same thing with this. It's a sport. It's our job, and we're buddies. We don't want to hurt each other, but we want to go out there and compete and do well, and put on a good show for everybody else.
How does your? I mean, I think your 2/3 striking and 1/3 takedowns in your kind of stats in fights. I.e. 67% striking, 33% with takedowns. How does that match you with Pat in this fight? Because obviously you want to get on the inside, don't you?
You know what? The one thing about this fight that's a little different than normal is Pat and I are pretty close to the same size. I have an inch or two on Pat, but we're pretty close to the same size, so that range isn't going to be such an issue for this one. So it really just depends on how it goes and to fill it out and see how the fight kind of plays out.
Is this the kind of stylistic fight where it can be very easy to just let things go and just stand there and trade with a guy like Pat? Are you kind of cognizant of that going in? Absolutely.
This is one of those fights. It's very conducive for us to get in there and just start swinging wildly and kind of lose track of what we're trying to do. So a lot of focus is going to have to be put into technique and staying unemotional and competing and being professional about it.
And just tell us a bit about, after getting that big win over Mike Russow, especially coming after the Czech Kongo fight. I mean, how did you feel after the Kongo fight? A lot of people ragged on the fight, and then kind of returning to form against Mike. How did you feel comparing those two fights?
You know what? The Czech Kongo fight was a rough one for me as far, emotionally. It was not near the kind of fight I thought it was going to be. I kind of thought it was going to be similar to this one, firefight, two guys going and slugging it out. Didn't respect the actual size of the fight enough, so I froze up a little bit in that one. And I was shaking the cobwebs off coming in against Russo, but it felt good to kind of shake it off and get back into it and start fighting again and competing like I should.
Shawn, how far are you in your mind? Are you 50% of what you're going to be finally? How far are you down the line with your career and your development as a fighter?
You know what? I'm learning so much now. Probably within the last 18 months is probably when I've actually started training. With guys like Coach Winklejohn and Coach Jackson, and now at American Top Team with Coach Laborio, Kami, and just they have a huge amount of talent and knowledge there. So I don't know. I'm learning so much so quickly that hopefully, it'd be nice to say 50% of what I should be.
But you won 2 titles in the college football, didn't you? And national titles. And you're saying in the last 18 months something's changed in you professionally. What have you got now that you didn't have then?
You know what? Knowledge. I know how to train. I know how to work hard, work ethic, and I know how to compete. That's what I took from football. This is an entirely different animal altogether. It's a different sport, different world, different type of training, different type of techniques. So
look, you did kinesiology at college, didn't you?
Yes.
Is it about small defining features that you're honing things? Is that what you're doing? You're honing things all the time?
Absolutely. You have to learn. And I think the more you learn in fighting, the more you learn in the sport is it's the little details that change make all the difference in the world. Whether it's centimeter over for a submission or an inch back for a punch. It just the little details and actually fine tuning all that is what really matters.
So you get that lead uppercut in, or
Yeah, getting that stuff in,
yeah.
Especially when you have you're going against another dangerous striker who's compact too. Both of us get, like you said, it's conducive for us to get in there and start banging with each other because we're both in range all the time. I'm not going to crowd him too much, and he's not going to be too far away from me. So it's it is one of those game of inches for especially this one.